Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and in this Linux tutorial, we are going to talk about what goes on when you are shutting down your system. Okay, so the first step is that Init asks every process to shut down. Okay, so first step is Init asks for shutdown, okay? And basically Init asks every process to shut itself down, okay? I'll just abbreviate this as Init asks for shutdown. Then the second step is if some processes or a process don't respond, Init initiates a kill with the term signal, okay? So this is basically the second step. If the first step didn't pass, then Init sends the term signal, okay? TERM. If that doesn't pass, then Init initiates and sends the kill signal, okay? Kill signal, okay? Okay, so basically at first Init asks processes, okay, and I'm gonna add processes here. So Init asks process SAS. So Init asks processes for shutdown. If the processes won't shut down, Init sends them the term signal, okay, which you use with the kill command by default. And then if they don't respond to that, then Init really kills them, okay? And remember when we talked about killing processes, this is the ugliest way to kill a process. But you know, if it's not responding, you gotta kill it, okay? Then we have preparations for a shutdown, okay? So these are preparations and they're conducted by the system, okay? So the system prepares for the shutdown. Then the operating system unmounts all of the other file systems other than root, okay? So unmounting everything other than root, okay? Besides root. Okay, so basically we have some preparations, then everything is unmounted besides root. Then the system remounts the root file system in read-only mode. Okay, so root is remounted as read-only. Okay. Then we have the seventh step. The seventh step is the system writes out all of the data left over in the buffers to the file system, okay? And the seventh step is actually contained in the sixth step. And so basically, this is also known as a buffer flush, okay? So basically, the system flushes the buffer, right? The same way when you flush your toilet, you flush all the data in the buffer into the corresponding into the corresponding file systems. And then the eighth step is in fact a reboot or a shutdown of a system, or which is, for example, we can name it as stopping the system, okay? So stopping the system means shutting the system down, okay? Like when you press to shut down, not to restart, then what actually happens is you turn your computer off, okay? So what is actually happening here? Let's go over this again. So first thing, Init asks for processes to shut themselves down. If it doesn't work, Init sends the term signal, okay? This is like Init gently asks anybody to shut down. Then if some process won't shut down, Init says, okay, terminate yourself. And then if the processes still don't listen, then Init says, okay, kill yourself, okay? And that basically means really end yourself in an ugly way, okay? After that, we have preparation, so subsystem preparation for the shutdown. Then everything is unmounted besides the root file system, and root is remounted as read-only. And what it means is that the system writes out, and this is the seventh step, the system writes out all of the data left over in the buffers to the file system, okay? So basically, everything is flushed. That means that everything is written to the file system, all the data that is left over is written, and then the kernel reboots or stops the system, which essentially means the system is completely shut down. Okay, and again, you just need to know this conceptually. So it's just useful to know how it generally works. Like, okay, init kind of kills all the processes, then some preparations are made, then everything is unmounted, then all of the data that's left in the buffers is written to the file systems, and then the system is shut down or rebooted. Okay, so basically, again, just know this conceptually. You don't really need to understand the entire details of this. I really don't think it's necessary. I just want to include this for you to kind of gain a sense of Linux, right? Because I think it is important. I think it is important because when you're actually kind of using Linux, that you know what is going on, what is in it. When you see, for example, systemmd, right? Because systemd, we talked about systemd. Systemd is a version of init. So when you see systemd, now you will understand, oh, this is init, and you will have the context of, oh, init is actually responsible for starting my processes, for killing my processes. And I think it just paints the picture of the Linux operating system, which is the intention of this course. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you like this. I hope you share, like, leave feedback, subscribe, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Talk soon.